Emile Cilliers took to the skies on an April morning in 2015. She was nervously exhilarated. She had jumped more than 2,500 times, but this was her first since giving birth 5 weeks earlier. It was meant to be a momentous skydive. It was, but not for the reasons she envisaged.
This is what an altitude of 4,000 feet looks like, and it was from this height, right up here, that Emile Cilliers leapt from the plane. She'd done it hundreds of times before, but this time she knew there was a catastrophic problem.
This reconstruction showed the jury what happened when Emile Cilliers leapt from the Netheravon plane. She was falling at 120 miles an hour when she deployed her first chute. The tangled cords presented a life or death choice. Should she risk trying to land with a damaged canopy? Instead, she released the reserve. That chute barely opened. She had just a scrap of canopy and needed all her experience and skill to slow her descent. Emile Cilliers hit the ground at 60 miles an hour. Her life was saved because she was so slight and she landed in a soft, newly ploughed field. This was no accident. Someone had twisted the cords of her main chute, and these links for her reserve canopy had been removed. Immediately, police suspected treachery and sabotage.
Suspicion fell on Vicky's in-debt, unfaithful husband, Emile. The court heard he wasn't a two-timer, but a three-timer, having affairs with his ex-wife Carly and a girlfriend while Vicky was pregnant. He owed thousands of pounds, and police believed he wanted his wife dead for her cash.
Why had he taken her parachute into a toilet the night before her skydive? The jury was shown how he could have tampered with her kit. He denied this.
Where was the parachute when you got to the locker?
I can't remember.
Okay.
In later interviews, police found him difficult and obstructive.
I really answered that question before.
And you're not willing to go through it again?
No,
Okay. Where were the children?
with us.
Okay. Who put the parachute in the locker?
I can't remember, and I believe I did tell you in the last interview that I can't remember who put it in the locker.
Andy Ford is a skydive instructor who has known Emile Cilliers for more than 20 years. He says it is easy to turn a parachute into a method of murder.
What effect do slinks have on the parachute?
With one slink detached. On a main parachute, you would not even give it a second thought about how to fly it. You would just release it and get your reserve out. To be fair, I don't look at this as a skydiving accident. When we first heard about it, it was like, wow, there's been a main and reserve fail. That's beyond thinkable. Can't imagine how that would happen. And then when we found out it was possibly a sabotage case, it kind of didn't really be, it wasn't a skydiving case anymore. It was more someone could go under the bonnet of your car and do something, and you would get in your car and drive it, and it's a sabotage in a car or on a motorcycle, or it just happens that a parachute is the vehicle that's been chosen.
The jury was told that Cilliers had attempted to kill Vicky at their family home the previous week. The prosecution claimed he had tampered with the gas supply in the kitchen. His blood was found on a damaged valve after a leak. Vicky jokingly sent him a text saying, "Are you trying to kill me?" The jury agreed that he had been. Emile Cilliers' own lawyers described him as no Prince Charming, financially incontinent, with a moral compass that was in serious need of realigning, but they said he had no motive. The jury disagreed, persuaded instead that although there was no direct evidence he sabotaged his wife's chute, he tried and failed to kill Vicky. Emile Cilliers has been exposed as a cheat, a liar, and now someone who tried to murder and would have succeeded had his wife not been so lucky.